We're going to graph this quadratic equation y equals negative x plus 5 quantity times x plus 3. So the first thing is, what is the coefficient in front of the x squared? Well, it's all factored, so if we were going to just multiply this out, we would get negative, I'm just going to do that negative in a second. So x times x would be x squared. X plus 3 is plus 3x, and then plus another 5x, so we'd have plus 8x. And then 5 times 3 is 15. And then we could distribute that negative into everything. That's like having a negative 1. So it'd be negative x squared minus 8x plus 15. So the coefficient of x squared is negative, which means that this opens down. Okay, next, give the x-intercepts of the graph. Well, just as a reminder, the y-intercept, that's when you plug 0 into your function. The x-intercepts, that's when you solve for when is the output 0. So if I take my function, let's see, plus 5 and then x plus 3, the output is going to be 0. We can divide everything by negative 1 here. And then we'd get x plus 5 times x plus 3 equals 0. That happens when x plus 5 is equal to 0, and also when x plus 3 equals 0, using the zero product property. So this happens when we've got x equals negative 5 and x equals negative 3. So our x-intercepts are right here at negative 3 and negative 5. Okay, so we've got x-intercepts. The x value is negative 5, the output is 0, and then the other one is at negative 3 and 0. Those are our x-intercepts. Okay, now our vertex, we need to use, let's see, I'm going to just do that over here. Okay, so vertex, we're going to use the vertex formula, the opposite of b over 2a, and I'm going to go ahead and use this form. Okay, so then a is negative 1, b is negative 8, and c is, that should be a negative 15. Negative 15. Okay, so then we get the vertex would be x equals the opposite of b, so the opposite of negative 8, that's going to be positive 8. I have to give myself a little more room. Okay, and then that's all over 2a, and a is negative 1, so we'd get 8 over negative 2. So x is equal to negative 4, and then the y value is, just plug that right into our function. So plug an x value of negative 4 into our function. So we've got the opposite of negative 4 squared minus 8 times negative 4, and then minus 15. So we get negative 4 squared is 16. And then the opposite of 16 would be negative 16. Negative 8 times negative 4 is positive 32 minus 15, and that ends up being a positive 1 for my y. So the vertex is at negative 4, 1. And let's see, negative 4, 1. It opens up, and opens down, and the x-intercepts are at negative 5 and negative 3. Okay, the other point that is always good to put in the graph is the y-intercept, and so that's we're just going to plug in 0, and 8 times 0, and you'll notice that that is the c value right here, because everything else we're just plugging in 0 for x. Okay, so we're at negative 15. It's kind of off my graph, but it would be down here. Let's see, 1, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, way down here. So it's pretty steep. Okay, and the axis of symmetry is that vertical line that goes right through the vertex, so that would be at x equals -4. And there is a mirrored image over here as well. So from the vertex, if I've gone to get over to that y-intercept over 1, 2, 3, 4 points, 1, 2, 3, 4 units, we'd be down here. This point would be at -8, -15.